Hello everyone and welcome to another collections showcase. So today I'm going to be showing you something that I've actually had for a couple of weeks, but I have been waiting to share because I've been doing some tests on it to try and find out if it's genuine and also try and find some more information on it. Now it is of course handles from the Time of the Doctor set, but this is and appears to be a prototype pre-paint piece, which is something that I've never seen this in handles, a piece of handles before. So I'm very pleased to have this in my collection because it is something very different. So yes, it's. I will take you over it in a minute, but I know that something that some people are going to ask me first. Two questions, in fact. First question: where did I get it? I actually got this through some private sellers who I have dealt with over the years, who often get me parts for pieces at a lower price than you would find them elsewhere. They have been very helpful to me in the past and will no doubt be helpful for me in the future, but there are at least two of them who keep their eyes and ears open for any rumours or actual prototype pieces, because they know I collect prototypes as part of my collection, and one of them also collects prototypes himself. And he's the one who let me know about this and let me very kindly manage to get hold of one for me. The second question, which I know people are going to ask, is can I give people these information about who these people who can get prototypes are? Simple answer, no. Slightly longer answer is no, because the only contact I have with these people is by personal email addresses, phone numbers and messaging services, and a simple fact is, out of respect for their privacy, I don't think they would appreciate if their personal contact details were handed out to strangers that they don't know. So please don't ask me to hand out this information. I'm not prepared to make any exceptions for anybody, and I cannot stress enough how much I mean no exceptions for anybody, because despite the fact that I've already shown this on my Twitter, and I've already said this on my Twitter, and I have said no exceptions to anybody, I have had at least two messages, one by Twitter and one by Facebook, of people saying, hi, I saw the prototype handles piece and I know you said that you weren't going to give out the contact details of the people that got it, but I'd really appreciate it if you could let me know and I'll be sure I won't tell anyone else. Now, when I said no exceptions, I mean no exceptions. I'm not trying to be selfish here and keep the contact details to myself, but the simple fact is, speaking personally, I would not appreciate it if people started handing out my personal contact information, and I don't think these people would appreciate it either. So I'm sure people are going to say, oh, it's just being selfish keeping these names of these people to yourself, but no, it's simply that of privacy. So please don't ask me, because when I say no exceptions, I mean no exceptions, and if you do ask and I say no, you can't say that you're disappointed because you've been told no. So that's it. I'm not handing out the details. I want to make that absolutely crystal clear, so there are no misunderstandings. But now that is over, let's get on to the actual piece. So, yes, pre-production or pre-paint prototype test piece. It has a little marking here of some kind, 84 that looks like to me, and some almost like a plus or a cross sign, I'm not sure. These codes usually mean something, but I don't know what they mean myself. And then also here on, I don't know how well this is going to come up on camera, but on this wire here, you can just very vaguely see some black markings on there. I'm sure they mean something, but I don't know exactly what, and I haven't been able to decipher them. Now, I'm sure some people are going to say, "Well, how do you know this is real? How do you know this is genuine?" The point is, I don't. I cannot prove this is real. I cannot prove it's genuine. But the information that I have managed to find, and the information that my contacts have been able to find, is this certainly seems to be real. There's no reason to doubt that it's not. And when it comes to prototypes and things, often one of the things that people tend to do, and I've seen it on eBay several times, I saw it, I think a couple of years ago, somebody did it with a new series Sontaran figure, is people just spray paint up a figure in one entire colour and then claim it's a prototype. Now, the things that give this away are that there are usually markings and bits where you can see the original colour underneath, and if you get some nail polish remover, acetone-free nail polish remover, and just lightly rub over it, you can then see if the paint comes off. And I've done that on this, and this is certainly the normal colour of the plastic. Hasn't been repainted, it hasn't come off. All of these, I've gone over all of these as well. These certainly all seem to be real pieces. the real colour of them. Now, when you get a piece that has been repainted, there are some telltale signs, which I said, first of all, is that there could be other paint marks underneath, and secondly, is areas like joins where the legs join on and the arms join on and things like that. Generally, those are the bits that don't get repainted if they've just been sprayed up, and so invariably, and usually, the areas between the legs and under the arms will still have the original paint on them, and it is a great way to wheedle out the fakers from the real pieces. Now, obviously, if this was fake, unless this has been very expertly done, one of the places where you would normally expect to see the original silver paint of handles would be here under the neck, and as you can see, it is certainly the same colours, and I can't see it anywhere around the front either. It all certainly seems to be the real, genuine pieces. There is a couple of little bits here on the head and the wires itself, where I did think, oh, this has just been repainted or has been the paint's been removed, but it actually doesn't seem that there are any traces that I can see of silver paint. It just seems to be where the plastic has a slight more sheen to it than anything else. So yeah, I'm really pleased to have this in my collection because I have never seen this before. I've never seen this handles accessory popped up on the internet anywhere before. I tried to keep an eye out for prototypes and things, and I have to say that the guy that managed to get hold of this for me, he's never seen this before, and through what he's managed to find, it does certainly seem that this is some kind of pre-painted piece. Whether this is a failed prototype, whether this is an extra piece that got thrown away, maybe it was defective in some way. I mean, I've looked at this against, unfortunately I don't have it with me here, I have looked at this against the actual handles accessory, and I can't see any faults or any issues with this. It just genuinely does seem to be a piece that hasn't been painted yet. So it is definitely something that I'm very pleased to have in my collection because it's something I've never seen before, it's something he's never seen before. And I don't know if anybody else out there has seen it before. If they have, it would be very interesting to know. In fact, if anybody else has one of these, I'd be very interested to know. But yeah, it is certainly something that I'm very pleased to have in my collection. It is something that goes along and looks brilliant with my other prototype pieces. Obviously, if those of you who haven't seen this, there is another collection showcase video of some of my prototypes. I have also done another video where I've got a couple of others. I may eventually do one video when I get all my prototypes together in one video, but as I've already showed them off in other videos, it's probably not something that I would do. But I did have to say, talking about my other prototypes, I did wonder if perhaps this was similar to the War Doctor prototype I have, which the War Doctor prototype, for those who haven't seen that video, it was, from what I managed to find out, again, it's very hard to prove, but from what information I managed to find out and the people that I have contact with managed to find out, is it was a production test piece into a new lighter weight plastic, which unfortunately led to the plastic deteriorating, particularly on the chest area, but also there's areas on it which have paint marks on them. And from what they managed to find out, it was a failure because A, the plastic didn't take properly, B, the paint reacted badly with the plastic, and C, the paint wouldn't stay on the plastic. So that is certainly something that is, again, very interesting. But it makes me wonder if this is something similar, that this was, I mean, in the hand, I can't really tell the difference in terms of feel of the difference of plastics, but it does make me wonder if perhaps this is one of, you know, say a plastics piece of some kind of test piece that didn't end up getting repainted and ended up getting thrown away. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's what this number signifies. Maybe there's a batch, you know, maybe there's a minimum batch number made, and this is number 84 of batch 100 or something. I'm not sure, and I'm still trying to find out some more information out of this, and the people that I've got contact with are still trying to find some more information. If I do find anything, I will post an update. But as I'm rambling on a bit now, it's very hard to comment on something like this when I've got something like this and I can't actually give that much information about it because I don't know. But either way, this certainly seems to be a genuine prototype pre-paint piece from the factory. I'm very pleased to have it in my collection alongside my other prototype pieces, and I'm very pleased to show it off to you all. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, favorite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot, and be sure to check out the link in the description below to my Patreon. It would really help me out a lot if you supported that as well. I salute you all, and I will see you with another video very soon.